Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good. Okay, so I have a great story to tell you and share with everyone that watches for the recorded class. So I won't give any names because they're not here, but I know they wouldn't mind me giving this story because it's a great one. So last week in the high speeds class, there were a few students in here, and one of them attends Platinum Steno, and one of them attends another school, but she attends Platinum Steno for extra practice. So she was saying how she's been pretty frustrated lately, and she is in 200. She needs her last 200 Q&A test, and then she's in qualifying. So she said lately she's just been really discouraged and just frustrated. So this other gal that's strictly goes to Platinum Center was telling her, like, since I've been maybe she said the last 6 months, she said I've been really like journaling, and like if I have negative feelings, I'll write them down in my journal, and then I'll cross it out and replace it with positive feelings. And she said she's come along, like she's already now, she just passed her first leg of the RPR. So she said that when she started doing this, she was like in 180. So since then, she's getting close to being done. And she said she can't believe how, what positive feelings will do. And so she said that's what she gave this advice to this other student, said, why don't you try this? So the student said, okay, yes, I'll try it. So then this other student texted me this early this morning and said, I passed my last 200 Q&A and I only missed two.
Wow.
Yes. Can you believe that? Two. And
Wow.
it's all because since last week, I've just been like really, just holding on to positive thoughts and not letting the negative come in. And,
Right.
and it's that and confidence too,
Yeah.
I think if you start thinking negative, then your confidence goes down. And so,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you know,
And I don't know what it is, Jill, and I'm hoping that I can stay with this, but last night I almost wanted to go on my machine, but I was just too tired.
yeah,
And yeah. So
that's
I don't
so,
know. It's exciting. And I thought, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go on before class, and then I tried a 100 test, but I don't know if it was the the material or what, but
yeah,
I was just like all of a sudden drawing a blank. So, but
yeah,
I'm not going to let that discourage me,
no,
and I'm going to keep looking at it. So,
yeah,
yeah.
good. Yeah. So when I got that message from you saying that, you were so encouraged, I thought, oh, I have to share this story with you.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. I
Yes.
should do that. I should put more positive things up around me. Um, I don't know about, what do they call it, a dream board or something
Mhm.
like that. I don't know if that ever works for me, but yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I feel like I have to sneeze. Sorry. One of the things,
grapefruit,
what was that?
grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
hmm Now
It,
you don't have to sneeze anymore, do you?
no, you say grapefruit and it goes away.
I got that from a friend of mine because
Yeah.
you're like, huh?
And then, yeah, you don't think about it and it goes away. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It just made my eyes water. So that other student that's been journaling was saying that she looks back at her journals and from the last 6 months that she's been doing it, and she said the things that used to overwhelm her, or any type of I don't know, any type of hurdles that she had to go through, she said she reads those and now she's overcome them, so then it helps to build her confidence. So
Good.
yeah, so I just thought that was a great idea. So I just wanted to share that with you. And
Thank you.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Okay, let's go. I'll go ahead and mute. Go ahead and mute you. I'll see you in a little bit. Here we go. Ready? Remain, statement, saw, read, leave, special. You can squeeze that, SPERBL. Payment, does, for, ice, called, heard, mind, 6, along, bring, found, myself, reason, around, report, town, following, left, summer, seem, interested, either, prices, reference, used, didn't, probably, coming, general, show, meeting, resent. Okay. Now these are just basic brief, this is a basic brief review drill. Here we go. Purchase, suggest, furnish, should, going, tonight, why, yes, but, after, correspond, usual, unusual, receipt, acknowledge, gentleman, much, after, shall, receipt, order, should, business, necessary, advice, until, suggestion, knowledge, gentlemen, all right. All right, here's some sentences using the following briefs. Mr., Mrs., secretary, without, May, June. Here we go. Mrs. Carter will arrive May 22 and leave on June 2. My secretary took her vacation in June. Mr. Morton joined our firm in May. More foods are prepared without salt today. Ask Mr. and Mrs. Cross to join the club. Do you have a secretary? Without doubt, June will be warmer than May. Mr. House dictated the letter to his secretary on May 17. Don't act without more consideration. Mr. and Mrs. Fielding are going to take a cruise in May and in June. The longest day in the year is June 22nd. There is no admission after May 3rd without a ticket. Mr. and Mrs. Swanson arrived without any luggage. Good secretaries are hard to find. Many court reporters in outlying areas do secretarial duties for the court in addition to their reporting work. What do her secretarial duties include? Mr. and Mrs. Johnson bought a new car last week. Who is your new secretary? I don't think he would have made it without help. Do you graduate in May or in June? All right, so here is an item number, size, and price drill. Here we go. Item number 414972, 51 by 49, $8.08. Item number 301860, 30 by 18, $9.70. Item number 914990, 16 by 43, $3.45. Item number 261860, 26 by 18, $5.48. Item number 575090, 35 by 67, $4.89. Item number 402072, 40 by 20, $7.90. Item number 753612, 40 by 35, $3.49. Item number 647896, 33 by 17, $9.79. Item number 261872, 27 by 19, $6.58. Item number 963650, 46 by 36, $8.08. Item number 514980, 52 by 78, $7.42. Item number 674897, 45 by 12, $3.45. All right. Now, here are some sentences that's just strictly dictionary building vocabulary. Here we go. You should use another paint roller. The tomato soup should be heated. You should plug in the corn popper. I would like to join the troop. He was a rich and powerful man. The cider is much too sour. Did they make up after the spat? Please get at the end of the line. Jerry sold the car to Teddy. Can you take all the pressure? We will all pray for more rain. His son is running the business now. His bad joke hurt her pride. Buster wanted to roll the dice. He purchased the old black hearse. We are taking a guided tour tomorrow. It is possible to get by on less. It really does pay to advertise. Can you finish your thesis this week? Buy catnip for your cat. That horse should be easy to ride. You name the time and place to meet. Ask Paul to encode the message. Brooke won the blue ribbon. Ask your sister to help you pack. She filled the cup with tea. Her tears shortly turned to a smile. The rack fell with a loud thud. Will that be a convenient time for you? All right, so here are some medial Y words with sentences. We've got luckier, silliest, cereal, curious, aerial, crazier, happiest, radius, dubious, prettiest, merrier, onion, genius, busiest, sillier, helium, stadium, union, furrier, busier, easiest, craziest, serious, insidious. Here are your sentences. The stadium was packed for the game. The second act was hilarious. They used helium in the device. The job is tedious. The scenery was glorious. The scheme was ingenious. He made a serious appeal. The furrier showed me the prettiest mink coat. Have you joined the union? She is happiest, curled up by the fire. Monday is always the busiest day. I am curious about how it works. Did you use onions in the sauce? He has many friends because he is gregarious. The bunion on my right foot needs to be treated. This is the easiest test I have taken. I really think he is a genius. That is a sillier suggestion than the other one. The virus is insidious. What is the radius of the pool. It is of dubious authenticity. The Halloween mask was hideous. Okay. Let's do some names and addresses. All right, here we go. L.R. Becker, Johnson Wax Corporation, Leyland, Wisconsin, 53403. Dorothy E. Nelson, Nelson, 4818 South 19th Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53221. Sherry I. Stewart, Stewart, 1010 Dewey Street, Oak, Michigan, 48967. Loretta G. Flowers, Flowers, 3495 Sarah Lane, Idaho Falls, Idaho, 83401. Mr. Rob L. Leth, Leth, International Rehab Associates, 112 University Road, Spokane, Washington, 99206. Teresa A. Klein, Cline, 1210 Renow Hall, University of Iowa, Iowa City, Iowa, 52542. Edward A. Reseski, Reseski, P.O. Box 976, Locust Walk, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19104. Carolyn M. Nicely, Nicely, 936 Vine Avenue, Buena Vista, Virginia, 24416. Gail E. Irwin, Irwin, 181 Walnut Street, Latona, Ohio, 45431. All right. Now I've got some briefs with sentences. You're going to hear, in other words, just a minute, just a moment, justification, which is JUFGS or just JGS, justify, either JF or JUF, language, mother-in-law, either MAURNL or MLONGORNL. I've seen it both ways. Participate, participation, plaintiff's exhibit, PLEX, qualify, qualification, railroad, reasonable doubt, initial R, final D, signal, son-in-law, SONL, specific, specifically, SPEFL, specification, SPEFGS, specify, SPEF, subpoena, initial S, final P, supplement, understood, AONDZ, understand, voluntary, wait a minute, WAMT, wait a moment, WOMT, admissible, MIBL, allegation, ALGS, allege, ALG, appoint, POIN, appointment, either APT or POIMT, asked and answered, SKAND, assault and battery, SAUB, autopsy, AUP, beneficial, BISHL, beneficiary, BISH, biopsy, BOP, Caucasian, KAUK, and confidential informant, either initial K, final FMT, or KOFMT. I've seen it both ways. All right, so let's go ahead and go over these sentences. Just stating these so I know we went over them. Here we go. In other words, he is guilty. Wait just a minute. In just a moment, you will see the proof. Is the right justification on? That does not justify the crime. I want to learn another language. I have no mother-in-law yet. The kids will not participate today. Your participation is requested. This is Plaintiff's Exhibit 9. The qualification test is hard. I want to qualify in 2 years. We are heading for the railroad. If there is reasonable doubt, he is free. I see the signal ahead. She liked her son-in-law. Give me a specific reason. Specifically speaking, John was rude. The job had no specification. I did not specify male or female. I received a subpoena today. I take a vitamin supplement. It is understood among friends. I understand what you mean. It is on a voluntary basis. Wait a minute. You did what? Wait a moment. It will happen. That is not admissible in court. The allegation is made up. I will not allege his guilt. I appoint you as president. I missed my appointment. Objection asked and answered. He is guilty of assault and battery. The autopsy shows foul play. It would be beneficial for you to go now. Who was the beneficiary? They did a biopsy on the tumor. I am Caucasian. Larry was the confidential informant. All right. Let's go ahead and start some literary. I have this article that we started yesterday, Taking Care of Our Future. So we're going to finish that. I'll start at 60 and work my way to 100. Okay, here we go. At NCRA's boot camp, your state leaders from across the country get training and then descend upon the halls of Congress to meet face to face with elected leaders and educate them about issues that are key to our profession. NCRA's government relations team works closely with your state leaders on the issues affecting your business and your marketplace. The vision for Educational Excellence Task Force brought together some of the most knowledgeable thinkers and educators in our profession to brainstorm the path to a successful future for our shared profession. We now have significant projects in the works, including an industry outlook report that will project the demand for court reporting services 3 to 5 years out, while its purpose is to produce marketing data to empower the recruitment efforts of schools. It will provide insights for firm owners as well. We are also developing a MOOC, which is a massive open online course. It is an educational channel that will allow NCRA to reach a large audience of potential court reporting students and showcase the career opportunities that we offer. This bold concept will offer educational sessions at a low cost so that young people can take a peek at our profession before making the longer term commitment to a formal court reporting program. NCRA has reaffirmed its commitment to provide world-class professional development for its members. Whether that's NCRA's annual convention and expo, join us for seminars, social events, networking opportunities, and vendor displays. Share experiences, ideas, and best practices one-on-one. Strengthen your network and the wider network we all share as professionals. You've heard this from me before. Competition is part of the DNA of our society. So is tolerance, which is simply respect for the other guy's point of view. In fighting to maintain our position as honored and well-paid professionals, we need to focus on what we do best. Our real-time skills are unique. Nobody else has the real-time skills We do. That's our competitive advantage. I urge you not to be distracted by the companies and technologies and people we compete with. There's always competition, but the marketplace that determines the value of our services is driven by the real-time services we provide. Draft transcripts, real-time hookups, captioning, and the new and exciting niche markets made possible only by our real-time skills. I want to share with you the wide array of member services Ncra has designed and deployed for one purpose: to help you compete. Everyone knows about our flagship certification programs, but there are many other tools that Ncra offers to help you reach your professional and business goals. Competition? Sure, there's competition, but we have the tools for you, our members, to win. Thought that was a great article there. All right, let's do some jury charge. I like this jury charge because it's one paragraph long. So I'm going to read it once at 60, once at 80. Actually, I'm going to do it backwards. 100, 80, and then 60. Okay, let me just date this. All right. And the subject is burglary. Okay, first time will be at 100. Here we go. What is burglary? The Supreme Court has laid down a set of rules in reference to burglary. It says that burglary is the breaking and entering, but what constitutes a breaking? If a burglar pushes a door open which has been merely shoved into, the law says that is breaking. If he pulls back a screen and enters, that is a breaking. If he reaches in somehow and opens the latch and then opens the door, that is a breaking. Or if a person raises a window far enough to reach in where he can take something, according to the law, it is breaking. Okay, I'm going to read that again at 80. So sorry that my allergies are bad today. Oh, I even took an allergy pill, but it hasn't kicked in yet. All right, here we go. All of the bees, we've got an orange tree and some palm trees in the backyard, and all of the bees are out. So I think that everything is confused because it's been so warm, you know, everything's blooming. Okay, here we go. This will be at 80. What is burglary? The Supreme Court has laid down a set of rules in reference to burglary. It says that burglary is the breaking and entering, but what constitutes a breaking? If a burglar pushes a door open, which has been merely shoved into, the law says that is breaking. If he pulls back a screen and enters, that is a breaking. If he reaches in somehow and opens the latch and then opens the door, that is a breaking. Or if a person raises a window far enough to reach in where he can take something, according to the law, that is a breaking. All right, last time at 60. What is burglary? The Supreme Court has laid down a set of rules in reference to burglary. It says that burglary is the breaking and entering. But what constitutes a breaking? If a burglar pushes a door open, which has been merely shoved into, the law says that is breaking. If he pulls back a screen and enters, that is a breaking. If he reaches in somehow and opens the latch and then opens the door, that is a breaking. Or if a person raises a window far enough to reach in where he can take something, according to the law, it is a breaking. All right. How was that?
It was good. I'm just wondering if I'm sure that there's a brief for it, but do you have one for Supreme Court?
I don't. I write Supreme as like a squeeze S.
Like Spreem?
Yes.
Or something?
Yep, that's what I do.
Okay. You poor thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. All right, you can meet me again.
Okay, yeah, I just do Supreme and then Court. But there probably is one.
No, I like that. I like Spreem.
Yeah, because it's like a squeeze, so you're saving one stroke. Okay, let's do some Q&A. Okay, let's see here. I had a Q&A here I wanted to give you. Here it is. All right. This is going to be plaintiff questioning. I'm going to start at 60, but I'm going to work my way to 100. Okay. And the court does come in a couple of times. Let me just date this. Today's my son's 23rd birthday.
Oh my goodness. Happy birthday.
Yes, I will let him know. His last birthday. I was hoping the baby would be born on his birthday, but
wouldn't that be nice?
I know.
A little early, huh? What has she got? A couple weeks?
Yeah.
For her due date?
The 19th. So yeah, they said, oh yeah, you're not close yet. So I don't think today will be the day, but that would have been kind of neat,
Maybe Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that'd be neat. All right, here we go. Kelsey, what is your full name? Kelsey Lynn Harvin. Now, Kelsey, are you nervous today? A little bit? Yes, sir. Well, please don't be nervous. We want you to testify as best you can. Yes, sir. Kelsey, how old are you? 13. All right. Now, who is your father? Robert Dean Harvin. What about your mother? Sandra K. Harvin. Now, do you go to school? Yes, sir. What school do you go to? Lauren Road Middle School. Kelsey, you understand what this proceeding is about today, don't you? Yes, sir. Now, do you understand the difference between right and wrong? Yes, sir. You know what lying means? Yes, sir. You know what telling the truth means? Yes, sir. All right. Now, you know that when you take the oath here today, that you are supposed to tell the truth? Yes, sir. Nothing but the truth? Yes, sir. All right. Let me call your attention, Kelsey, if I could, to the evening of July 21, 2014. That was the summer about 2 years ago. Do you remember that night? Yes, sir. I want you to tell as best you can in your own words. We want you to tell the truth. And if there is something that you don't know, don't try to answer it. Okay? Okay. Tell the jury what happened on that evening. Well, all of us kids were out there in the van, and we got the van, and, well, wait a minute now, just a minute. Where was this that you were at that time? Central City Auto Auction. And you say, all the children. Who do you mean by that, Kelsey? My sister Paula Harvin and my brother Britt Harvin and John Harvin and Darren Harvin. And what was happening? We got out of the van. We started running up and down the things, playing, and, well, where was the van? It was at the Central City Auction, parked on the side. All right. Is there a fence out there? Yes, sir. Was the van inside the fence or outside the fence? Inside the fence. Inside the fence. And you say you were playing around? Yes, sir. Was that inside the fence or outside the fence? Inside the fence. And what were you doing? What kind of playing were you doing? Well, chasing each other, and we were racing up and down the driveway. Did anything strange happen that night? Yes, sir. I heard a big noise up there in the shed thing, and me and my sister and us, we ran up under there to see what was going on. Now, Kelsey, where were you when you heard that noise? We were out there in the middle where the van was. Now, say this is the fence around the auto auction. You say out in the middle. You would mean out in here somewhere where the van and truck is, right there in the middle of that. Right in here? Yes, sir. And what kind of noise did you hear? An arguing conversation going back and forth. What did you do then? Well, we ran up under there to see what was going on. What did you see when you got there? Some men holding my father while Brian Mays was beating him. Do you know Brian Mays? Yes, sir. How had you known him? From other auto auctions that we had gone to. Does your father go to auto auctions a lot? No, sir. But he had gone in the past, apparently then? Yes, sir. All right. Did you go with him sometimes? Yes, sir. What happened? You saw the fight going on? What happened at that time? Well, I saw my brother get hit by these other men that ran out there. And I saw my mom get hit with an elbow. Okay. And my little sister got kicked up in the air, kind of like a football. What about yourself? I got hit across the face. What did you do then, Kelsey? Me and my little sister, we got in the... Just settle down, okay? Okay. Kelsey, let me ask you this. Now, when you saw this thing going on, where was it taking place? Do you remember that when we got hit? That is right. We were on the outside. My father was at the side of the fence. It happened on a side out that way, but it would be on this side. On this picture? Yes, sir. Do you want to come down and show it where it would be? Right in here. Now stand aside where all the jury can see where you are pointing. All right, now after you were hit, what did you do then? Me and my little sister, we went into the van and hid. We were scared and we hid in the van. And then last thing we heard was gunshots go off. Were gunshots? Do you remember what happened then? Yes, sir. Was it upsetting to you and your little sister? Yes, sir. Were you crying? Yes, sir. Okay. Did you go when you left the auto auction? Did you go to the hospital? Or where did you go? Well, we went down to the gas station and we left our truck there, and then we got some people to come and get it the next day. Okay, where did you go? Well, after we left the gas station, yes. Then we went down to the Central County Sheriff's Department. And from there, where did you go? From the Sheriff's Department, we went home. As far as physical injury to you is concerned, do you know what I mean by that? Yes, sir. Were you hurt? I wasn't hurt, but I was sort of scared from getting hit. How long were you scared, Kelsey? About after we got home for that night, I was scared. Now, Kelsey, I want to ask you one more question, and then I am going to be through. Now, I want you to think back, and I want you to answer this as best you can. Okay. Did you see Mr. Brian Mays drinking on the night of this auction? Yes, sir. What was he drinking? He was drinking a can of Budweiser, and he was walking around drinking while he was talking to his friends. Okay, thank you, Kelsey. Nothing further. All right, let's switch transcripts. Okay. I'm going to read just a little bit more before we do our read back. This is going to be defense. Okay, here we go. Now I'll start right with 100 since we just worked our way up to that. Okay. After the divorce, did you continue to live with your parents? No. Where did you live after the divorce? Mobile home. Did you live alone? Yes. You indicated you went to the emergency room or hospital down at the desert, and a day or 2 days later, you saw Mr. Bure in Altaloma. Yes, and at that time, you expressed what physical symptoms you had and generally how you felt. Yes. Have you ever been hospitalized overnight in a hospital since seeing Dr. Bure following the accident? Yes. Where have you been hospitalized? Redlands Community Hospital. Okay. Any other hospital? No. When you were first hospitalized at Redlands Community Hospital, are you talking before the accident? At any time. I thought you said after. I did earlier. I did ask you when, after the accident, you were hospitalized. You've indicated Redlands Community Hospital. I am now asking you, when in your lifetime were you first hospitalized at Redlands Community Hospital? When in my lifetime? When in my lifetime? I know you are a young lady. Before this time or after this time? I'm mixed up here. Okay, I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm confused myself. Okay, when were you first hospitalized? After the accident at Redlands Community Hospital. Oh, you mean like the date? If you know. Approximately a year. So 2010, you were hospitalized. Yes. How long were you there when you were first hospitalized there? This time? In 2010. Overnight. Why did you go? Or why were you admitted? D and C. That's not connected with the accident? I wouldn't think so. Okay. And I don't mean to be rude to you. I just want to find out what you are claiming by way of damages. So that was for a D and C, overnight stay. As far as you know, that was not connected with the accident. No. Is he correct? Correct. Have you been admitted as a patient to Redlands Community Hospital since that time? No. Were you a patient at Redlands Community Hospital before the accident? Yes. How many times? Twice. Can you generally tell me why you were there? D and C. Did any of the 3 times, the 2 before the accident and the 1 after the accident, have anything to do with anxiety? No. Did they have anything to do with complaints to your back? No. Did they have anything to do with complaints to your neck? No. Have you been hospitalized anywhere else since the accident? No. Have you seen, excuse me, weren't you at San Antonio Community Hospital? Yes, I thought he knew about all of that. She's confused, counsel. That's fine. Okay, I was hospitalized after the accident at San Antonio Community Hospital for a few months. How soon after the accident? 3 days after. So shortly after the accident, you were in the hospital. Yes. Why were you in the hospital? What did you feel? Well, I was terribly afraid to be around anybody, to do anything. I cried a lot. I had a lot of depression. My back hurt. My head hurt terribly. I had terrible nightmares where I would wake up screaming. Had you ever had any feeling of depression before you were hospitalized at San Antonio shortly after the accident? Can you say that again, please? Sure. Now, approximately 3 months after the accident, you said to me that you were a patient at the hospital because you were afraid of people, you cried a lot, and you were depressed. Yes. Did you have any of those feelings or similar feelings before the accident? No. All right, so we're going to stop there and do our read back. Okay. All right, let me give you a word list. You're going to hear glasses, dragging, walking, flipped, grabbed, realize, Mr. Porter, outside, which is OZ, and let's see, cheek, wrist, twist, arm, healed. I gave you cheek, table. Okay, and this is going to be defense. All right, here we go. I'm going to read this first time at 100, then at 80, and then at 60. Okay, here we go. Did you have your glasses on at the time? I always had them on. Do you know when they came off? After he grabbed me. I know that. That is all I know. You didn't realize you had lost them until you got out or were on your way out? That is right. And at that time, Mr. Porter was outside with you? Yes, sir. Did you see how Mr. Porter got out there? He came out through the door. He was right there with me. Was he ahead of you or behind you? Well, that I don't know. He can tell you that. Well, did you see Mr. Porter start out with you when you left the table? No, I didn't. My head was on the floor. There is the place yet where I was dragged over the floor. On the right cheek there? Yes, that has never healed up yet. You mean he was dragging you feet first? No, he had me in his arm and was dragging me. In other words, he was pulling you just by that right wrist there? Yes, sir. I see. But you weren't walking at all? No. Your feet were dragging along? When he gave my arm a twist, it flipped me to the floor. He just twisted my wrist hard. All right, so let's do that again at 80. Here we go. Did you have your glasses on at the time? I always had them on. Do you know when they came off? After he grabbed me. I know that. That is all I know. You didn't realize you had lost them until you got out or were on your way out? That is right. And at that time, Mr. Porter was outside with you? Yes, sir. Did you see how Mr. Porter got out there? He came out through the door. He was right there with me. Was he ahead of you or behind you? Well, that I don't know. He can tell you that. Well, did you see Mr. Porter start out with you when you left the table? No, I didn't. My head was on the floor. There is the place yet where I was dragged over the floor. On the right cheek there? Yes, that has never healed up yet. You mean he was dragging you feet first? No, he had me in his arm and was dragging me. In other words, he was pulling you just by that right wrist there? Yes, sir. I see. But you weren't walking at all? No. Your feet were dragging along? When he gave my arm a twist, it flipped me to the floor. He just twisted my wrist hard. All right, last time it's 60. Okay, here we go. Did you have your glasses on at the time? I always had them on. Do you know when they came off? After he grabbed me. I know that. That is all I know. You didn't realize you had lost them until you got out or were on your way out? That is right. And at that time, Mr. Porter was outside with you? Yes, sir. Did you see how Mr. Porter got out there? He came out through the door. He was right there with me. Was he ahead of you or behind you? Well, that I don't know. He can tell you that. Well, did you see Mr. Porter start out with you when you left the table? No, I didn't. My head was on the floor. There is the place yet where I was dragged over the floor. On the right cheek there? Yes, that has never healed up yet. You mean he was dragging you feet first? No, he had me in his arm and was dragging me. In other words, he was pulling you just by that right wrist there? Yes, sir. I see. But you weren't walking at all? No. Your feet were dragging along? When he gave my arm a twist, it flipped me to the floor. He just twisted my wrist hard. Did that last time seem really slow?
It did. And I want to do the 100 today.
Good. Awesome. Now, do you want...
It's not perfect, but...
That's okay. Do you want to trade off or do you want to read the whole thing?
I'll read the whole thing.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Mr. Pelt, question. Did you have your glasses on at the time? Answer. I always have them on. Question. Do you remember?
Do you know?
Oh, okay. I have a B there. That's why I didn't.
That's okay.
Do you know when they came off? Answer. After he grabbed me, I know that. That is all I know. Question. You didn't realize you had lost them until you got out or were on your way out? Answer. That is right. Question. And at that time, Mr. Porter was outside with you? Answer. Yes, sir. Question. Did you see how Mr. Porter got out there? Answer. He came out through the door. He was right there with me. Question. Was he ahead of you or behind you? Answer. Well, that I don't know. He can tell you that. Question. Well, did you see Mr. Porter start out with you when you left the table? Answer. No, I didn't. My head was on the floor. oh gosh, give me a moment because I'm going very fast here.
That's okay.
There is the place yet where I was dragged over the floor. Question. On the right cheek there? Answer. Yes. That has never healed up yet. Question. You mean he was dragging you? Should it be no, he was dragging you feet first? Answer, no. He had me in his arm and was dragging me. Question. In other words, he was pulling just by that right wrist there? Answer, yes, sir. Question, I see. But you weren't walking. It should be at all.
Yep.
I've got AL instead of at. Answer, no. Question, your feet were dragging along? Answer, when he gave something arm.
Do you have my?
Oh, you know what? I've got TPH. That's why. My arm. See, I started to kind of, because this is towards the end.
Yep.
Arm should it be twist?
Yep.
Okay. Is it A?
Yes. So when he gave my arm a twist, it.
Oh, it. Okay. Okay. It flipped.
Yep.
Oh, see, I don't have the TP, but I've got THRIP. It flipped my and I must have dropped that. It flipped my to the.
You should have me to the floor.
Oh, me to the floor. Okay, I've got my.
Okay.
To me to the floor. I just twisted my wrist hard.
Good. So it should be he just.
He twisted. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Like I said, I think you had stopped dictating and I thought, oh, how did I remember it? So.
That's awesome.
Yeah. 100.
There you go. 100. And you figured it out. So, these words where you figure it out, that's okay, because that if that's your speed, then that's okay. And you're figuring it out.
Yay.
Yes.
I wish I could say that was 200.
That's all right, though. That's okay. Now you've mastered 80 and you're somewhere between 100 and 120.
Yeah, it only took me a year.
Yeah, but a lot went on there too,
Yeah.
A lot of emotional and having to start over, and
yep.
That's huge.
Yep.
I think that was a setback for a lot of people,
Now Nora's going to come and take my baby away. I'm lending her my machine.
You are?
Yeah, she's coming over today to pick it up. So I have to go back to my Genesis, which I haven't been on in forever.
Okay, so you're not borrowing her Genesis. You have.
No, I still have mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just going to use yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm lending her my Wave.
Oh, that's so nice, Pandora.
I know. I just hope she hurries up. I don't know how long she's going to need it.
Oh, so she's going to use it while she's taking the the RPR. And,
I guess. I mean,
yeah.
I don't, but so is she, if she hasn't been in 225 yet, if she hasn't done, in a way, she can take the RPR now, right?
Yep.
Okay. It's just the CSR that.
Yeah, because the literary is at 180 and the jury charge is at 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Boy, this is dusty.
If
Oh my
anything, I'm
goodness,
sure
it's
that
dusty.
will help her to move quicker because she knows she has your machine.
Well, yeah, and I guess she needs to get used to a new one, so
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
a different one.
She's gonna love yours.
I know, right? She's not
Yes.
going to want to give it back.
No.
It's like, no, you've got to give me my machine back. I don't want to work on the Genesis.
No, I'm sure she won't have it long.
I know.
That's really nice that you're letting her borrow it.
I know. Well, poor thing. We were going to meet at the old in Moreno Valley. And then, I texted her just a little while ago and I said, do you just want to drive the additional 20, 25 minutes to my house? Because this way it can be plugged in and I can show her,
Right.
and I said, or do you just want to figure it out on your own? She says, oh, I could come over there. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. And then you can show her how it works. That's I agree. That's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell her I said hi.
I will. She's going to bring butters and yeah. So.
Oh. Now, will you be in class this evening?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
But we'll see. I mean, my plan, I don't see why I couldn't, because I'm making dinner a little bit later now because it's so funny that you kind of threw me in one of those dictations because the name was Kelsey.
Oh.
And because she works until 6 now. And, actually, my other son isn't working tonight. So I can just start making dinner, once class is over, because we'll just eat with her,
Yeah.
So,
well, and I'll start right on time today and I'll end right on
Mhm.
time because my mom and dad are coming over for Ryan's birthday. So I'm going to make dinner too. So
are you going to have cake?
Yes.
Yum.
I'm making him his favorites, cookies and cream. So I have a cookies and cream pie that is to die for.
Ooh.
I have to give you the recipe. You'd love it. The crust is Oreo cookies. So
that sounds good.
I can't have it because it's not gluten free, but
right.
I'll make it for him. So I'll definitely give you the recipe. It's good.
Yeah, that sounds good. I love cookie dough.
Oh man, I do too.
Yeah,
I do too. So, all right. Well, hopefully then I get to see you this evening.
Yeah, okay. I should be there.
Okay. All right. Well, have a great rest of your day. Tell Nora I said hi.
I will. See you later, Jill. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.